How you guys doing? It's Ethanime, and it's that time of the week again. I won't waste your time doing a long intro, so just make sure you subscribe, and let's jump right into episode 11 of Attack on Titan, the final season. If I had to give this episode a title, it would be the Fuck Gabi episode, because the only thing this episode did was just grow my hate for Gabi even more. And since this episode was all about Gabi, we have a lot to say about her. So let's just jump in and start at the beginning of the episode. So we start off in a prison cell where Gabi and Falco are being held on Paradis. Gabi's having her usual morning stroke, and a nice concerned guard tries to help her out to make sure she isn't dying, since after all she is just a kid. But the nice guard's day is about to be ruined when it turns out Gabi was faking it, and she beats him with a brick and a sock. And knocking him out wasn't enough. No, she had to hit him 4 more times just to make sure he died. For those of you who say Gabi doesn't enjoy unnecessary deaths, are kind of in the wrong here, since she did not have to murder a nice guard who was already knocked out. I'm even convinced this little brat enjoyed every single second of it. She's the true devil on this island. I'd also like to point out that Falco went through the same brainwashing that everyone is talking about, but you don't see him lashing out like Gabi. That's because Falco has something called common sense, something that Gabi is clearly missing. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Falco, but I think Gabi is again just a brat who can't accept the truth. They end up running to a lake, which is where I think all of Mappa's budget went this season, because that's one fucking nice looking lake. Falco tells Gabi to take off her Eldian armband cause it's useless on Paradis anyways, and if anything it'll just help them get spotted easier. But like I've said before, Gabi's a racist and she doesn't even want to pretend to be a normal Eldian, because she still believes that there is no way she is in the wrong. During this discussion, a nice farm girl who turns out to be Kaya comes along and decides to bring Gabi and Falco to her home so they wouldn't be left out to die. But guess what? Gabi was even going to try and kill this girl, because again, Gabi is the true demon here. They get to the farm and the man who runs the place turns out to be Sasha's dad, and he decides to take them in for a bit and feed them good food, just showing how nice and normal people on Paradis can be. And it actually turns out that this is the farm that Historia runs for orphans. Back in the capital, the Eldian civilians are outraged that Eren was locked up after his heroic deeds in the attack against Marley. Floke and a few fellow recruits also believe in Eren, and they end up leaking information of his whereabouts to help him out. Also, why does Floke look completely different than when they were raiding Marley? This man lost a ton of weight in the span of a few weeks. But anyways, they have sworn to Eren and only Eren. So, Hanji decides to throw them in a jail cell as well. It seems that Paradis' only solution to the problems rising are jail cells. Let's see how that works out for them. Then came the best moment of this episode, where even the horses on Paradis don't like Gabi, and we get to see more Gabi abuse. Gabi has another speech where again she is racist against the Eldians on Paradis, saying the orphans deserved what happened to them, right before she again tried to kill Kaya. Gabi is out for blood. Kaya then takes Falco and Gabi to her home village, where it's revealed that she is actually the child that Sasha saved back during the Wall Rose invasion. Remember the one that had to watch her mom get eaten by a Titan? Yeah, that girl. And she says she was nice to Falco and Gabi because she wants to be more like Sasha. They don't end up saying it, but I want to see Kaya's reaction when she finds out that Gabi is the one who killed Sasha, because the setup is just too damn perfect. They then have an argument about how Kaya's mom did nothing to Marley and that they have nothing to do with their ancestors' actions, so she did not deserve to die. Which is a pretty loaded argument, as it's even an argument you could use for racism in today's world. After all, Kaya's mom did nothing to harm Marley and its people here and now. Gabi saying that she deserved it just because of her ancestors is just plain wrong. The episode then goes to credits, but the episode isn't exactly over yet. After the credits, we jump back to Marley, where they were planning to wait until the rest of the world is ready before attacking Paradis. But Reiner and the others know that Zeke and them are most likely going to use those 6 months to prepare something big. Reiner then argues that they should just attack Paradis immediately before they have time to prepare. And then the episode actually ends. It looks like we may see a round 2 of Marley vs Paradis much sooner than we initially thought. But I'm still going to have to root for Paradis and Eren on this one. My dislike towards Gabi has grown even more, even though I never liked her character to begin with since the beginning of the season. Falco again shows us that he has common sense and is able to be open-minded about the whole scenario, no matter how much he dislikes the truth. While Gabi still stays the same simple-minded and bloodthirsty girl. I know I'm gonna have the Gabi simps after me for this episode, but I think it's just that they hate to hear the truth. That Gabi, even though she is a kid, is a piece of shit. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel as we have new videos all week, as well as more episode reviews to come. It also seems like this season will be split into 2 parts, and I'm going to make sure to review part 2. I hope you guys have a great day, unless you're Gabi. This was Ethanime, and I'll see you guys very soon.